And welcome into episode 21 of the Avetts and Beyond. My name is Todd Emanuele, and I'm joined by very special guests who I've been dying to have on my show. The Burney sisters are here, Emma and Isabella. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Of course. Thank you for having us on here.
Now, let me start with this. You guys are obviously, you're fans of the Avett brothers. This is an Avett brothers kind of podcast, even though the Beyond part has been a lot more of what I've been doing lately. What does it feel like being embraced by the Avett fan base as much as you guys have so early on?
Oh, it's so incredible. I mean, we really weren't expecting that big surge of like love in the beginning of our career. And sorry, our friend Shirai, who's going to be at our show upcoming this week, actually just came for rehearsal, but we'll talk later. But no, yeah, the Avett family is just incredible. I mean, we love the Avetts, but it's like, who would have thought that their entire fan base is like a huge family?
It really is. That's the best way to describe it. I've never seen anything like it before. You know, I discovered the band. I heard of the band a long time ago, but I really started listening a few years ago. And the fan base, it really is something else. It's like a big family. As you said, everyone like pitches in and helps each other out. They donate money to help causes and all this stuff. But most of all, they help support musical acts like you guys. You know, you're young, you're kids. Emma, how old are you now?
I'm 15.
And Isabella, how old are you?
13.
15 and 13. I have kids older than you guys. It kills me that you're as talented as you are. And that's the main reason I think that the fan base took you guys in and put you under their wing and are supporting you as much as they are, because you're really good and you're going places. Now, you guys have gone through some changes here lately. I don't want to talk about this too much but we have to, because people I'm sure are wondering about it or haven't heard about it or whatnot. But you guys have transitioned from a trio to a duo, and your older sister Olivia decided to go off on her own and pursue, I guess, a solo career. Is that the best way to look at it?
Yeah.
What has this whole thing been like for you guys?
It's definitely been different, but I don't think that it's necessarily bad. I know that I think Olivia just wanted to, branch out and do her own thing, which I totally don't blame her for, and I really hope she is very accepted by everyone in that.
Well, of course. I mean, she's your sister after all. You guys are actually sisters, so you love each other and all that stuff. But did you know this was happening, or was this something that was just like thrown at you and was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do?
Well, I think we kind of knew around like January of this year. We had
That's not that long ago, so you didn't have much time to think about it.
Well, I think for a while there we were like, so is this the end? You know, how are we gonna keep doing this? But I think like at some point we had many discussions and we wound up, at a point where we were like, I think Bella and I can do this. I like to write songs and Bella is going to write songs too. And we're both, kind of on the same page for that. So then we got like our first show and it was like, all right, 6 weeks, let's create a set. I think it's better to be thrown into something, honestly, because it makes you really work hard.
I get that. I've done that in my life, where you just get thrown into something and it makes you pick it up right away because you have no choice, right?
Right, exactly.
Now, Bella, you're like new to the whole thing because you really just started recently, being a part of the band, right?
Yeah, about like 3-4 years ago, I started playing music and
just started playing music then.
Yeah.
So you were like 9.
I was, yeah. And so like when I first joined, I didn't think that I was actually joining. I just joined them on a Christmas album in December of 2019. And I totally didn't anticipate that I would be playing like full time with them for the next many years of my life to come. But I'm glad that I actually agreed to do the Christmas single, because I was like, I don't know, guys, like I don't know if I want to do it, and they were like, please. So I was like, okay, yeah, I really want to do this.
And your voice has matured so much. You guys sound amazing together. Your harmonies, especially when it was the three of you, especially was like phenomenal. But just the two of you, it's such a special sound you guys make. I hope you realize that that's not normal. You guys are truly astonishing, and it's really something special.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
I think one of the when Olivia and I started out as just a duo, the whole thing was that I had a high voice because I was so young.
Right.
And yeah, Olivia had the more, full voice. And now it's kind of like Bella naturally has like a higher voice or a higher register, and my voice has kind of developed to be like a full sound. So it's like restarting it as like a brand new kind of baby, I guess. I love it.
Right. Right. It's great though. You guys are great together. Is this something you've always just been good at, harmonizing, or did you have to really learn how to do this? Or you're just a natural, all of
Well,
you?
I remember like Olivia knew how to harmonize when I was younger. I was probably like 5 or 6, and my mom knew how to harmonize, and I just
Mm.
remember I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I remember I went to my mom and was like, "Can you please teach me how to do this? Because it sounds really good." And I remember I was like cleaning I was cleaning the living room or something, and then like I was singing something by Katy Perry, and I like actually was able to do a harmony, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Wow. And how old were you then?
Oh, I think 6 or 7, maybe.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That was like not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. I think a lot of people, they've been hearing you for several years now. They probably forget or don't think of how young you guys actually are and starting out. So, like, there's a lot of adult things happening in your life at an early age. Do you
Mm.
think that's something that you wish you didn't have to deal with now, or do you think it's cool that you're getting it out of the way now and really learning stuff about what your whole career is going to be like?
Well, I think it's good discipline, really, because I think a lot of people get to the point where they're like 18, 19 years old, or even, like 20, 21, they get out of college and they're like, I don't know what to do, you
Yeah,
know.
that
So,
happens a
I
lot.
mean, yeah, and it's not even like just, I don't know, a summer job or something. It really is something that we could still do at 40 years old. So it's kind of,
And beyond. I mean, you could
yeah,
do it the rest of
exactly.
your life, and you
Right.
should, by the
And
way.
yeah, and you accumulate so many just like fans and loving people, and there's so many benefits to it. Even though it is so hard sometimes. I feel like often people think that you just show up with your instruments and plug in, and
Well, you
there's
do,
a
don't you?
lot. Well,
There's
that
other
too.
stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, just, there's a lot that goes into it that you wouldn't even think about.
Well,
But
I've seen your mom's stories and stuff. I've been friends with her on Facebook for a couple of years now, and just
yeah.
hearing the stories in the book that she's going to write someday, I'm sure, about all your travels and all the things you've had happen to you on the road. And like
Mhm.
the best part, I think, of all the traveling and all the problems you've had with cars and flat tires and trailer issues and all this stuff is when you get on that stage, it just goes away, and that's like your comfortable place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. That's so true. I mean, it's like it all comes down to the moment when you're just playing a song.
Yeah.
That's your safe place or whatever you can say, right? Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's awesome. What's it like having your mom be your manager? You don't know any different, I guess, so that's really a
Yeah.
dumb question. But
Well, I
does
think
she get on your case a lot?
yeah, I think that that's probably what has made us, you know, a little bit more proficient on our instruments and stuff like that. Is it was just she wanted us to have a certain amount of hours every day that we practiced, and I really think it's like I said, good discipline, because now I'm kind of just I would naturally do that. I mean,
Yeah,
even on the weekends sometimes I'm like down in the basement for hours working on songs. So I think
that's cool. So let me ask you this then: how old were you when you started playing instruments, and how many hours did your mom make you practice your first instrument?
well, I started playing violin when I
That
was
was your
like,
first one, huh?
yeah.
Violin. Okay.
But, well, so I started playing violin when I was 5, I
Okay.
think. And I played for a year. but I was not getting good because I would not practice. I just,
Oh,
I was 5.
yeah, well,
So,
right.
yeah, I was like, I can't do this. And I know she took me out of violin, just because, it wasn't getting anywhere and I didn't really seem to have a passion at that point in my life. But,
Not many 5-year-olds do. Just to be
yeah,
fair.
yeah. Well, but then I think when I was probably 8, I tried piano
Yeah.
and took vocal lessons. And around that time, we were volunteering at a soup kitchen. And the guy who kind of ran the thing, he was a musician himself. And one Christmas, we put these like goodie bags for the kids at the soup kitchen together. And he came over to pick them up and started playing some songs on an old guitar that was in our house. And we sang harmonies with him, and he was like, well, I want you guys on my next album. So that was kind of our first introduction into like, the professional aspect of music. And he invited us to a lot of shows to play with him. And there was a few months there where we weren't doing anything, and Olivia and I were like, what if we just tried to do this on our own? And I know we first started out like playing on the sides of streets, like busking.
Nice.
That really was great practice because you can just see like people, you'll sit down and they'll be like, oh my God, kids, I don't want to stay here any longer. And then those same people were tipping us later. So,
Right. But then when you guys are good, it's like, whoa, you're going to gather a crowd. Like, look at these kids over here playing this music.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
Bella, when did you start playing?
It was a little bit after well, I think I was taking lessons from Linda Bott, which she's in the Violence in the Undercurrents. Great, Violet in the Undercurrents. Sorry, they're a great band here in Missouri. But she was my bass teacher for a while, and I think I started doing that around the same time that I did the Christmas single. But yeah, so it
So you
was,
really have only been playing for a few years.
yeah.
It's nuts, man. You can't, you guys are so good. How many instruments do you play now, Bella? You just play bass right now?
Yeah, I just play bass right now, but I just recently wrote a song on guitar.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and I this week, I week weekend, sorry, I'm gonna be playing piano on one of the songs, just a little intro. So
Ooh, that's exciting. All
here and
right.
there, I'll just learn a song on a different instrument.
So
But
you're gonna slowly turn into your sister that's sitting next to you that plays 8,000 instruments then, right?
hopefully.
Emma, how many instruments do you play? And
um
name them all. Go.
Cello, violin, guitar, bass, piano. I mean, I play a little bit of ukulele. I play a little bit of banjo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ukulele is kind of easy because you only have to learn
Yeah.
like 3 chords and you can play like 600
Right.
songs. So,
Right.
so
Yeah. So
okay, keep going. I'm sorry, I interrupted
no,
you.
I think that's all. I think it's 7.
Just 7? Only
Just
7? See, I always think that you play like hundreds of instruments. You don't play any wind instruments or trumpet or anything like that?
no, but my stepdad plays trumpet. And he used to have me play like scales.
Does he play seriously? Or because I picture him playing like as a
That
joke or
was
something.
no, that was actually the reason why him and my mom met. He played trumpet for us on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And he also he does our sound.
Well,
He actually
he does it all for you guys, really.
Well,
I
honestly,
see pictures of him making merch and all kinds of stuff.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the perk of honestly having your parents as like your managers because they care, you know?
Well, and they see the potential that all of us out here see too, and they know that they put time, blood, sweat, and tears into it. Things are
Mhm.
gonna happen for you guys because I keep saying I sound like such a fanboy here, but you guys are so good.
Oh,
Uh,
thank
y-
you.
you're bound for greatness. I've been saying that for 2 years now. So I discovered you. I was watching on YouTube. I was watching an Avett Brothers video,
Mhm.
And the next video that played was you and Olivia playing No Hard Feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who are these girls? They're amazing. And I fell into a rabbit hole of other videos that you guys had, and the rest is history. And I think, I started posting videos on my social media, and it kind of leaked over into the Avett world. I'm not taking credit for any of that, by the way,
Oh,
because I
no.
think Michael Gans may have something to do with
Yeah.
the spreading of that. And I have some fan questions I'm going to ask you in a minute too. And he kind of worked his way into one of the questions, so we'll
Oh,
get back to him. But
Yeah.
he's done a lot for publicizing you and your music over the last
Absolutely.
couple of years.
he's the
So
best.
anyway, who was your both of you? I can ask this to both of you. Who's your biggest musical influences?
I'd have to say Biba Doobie. I love her voice, and I definitely think she inspired my vocals too.
That's cool. Okay, and I know you guys picked some songs that have inspired you, and we're gonna get to that list. I'm gonna make you talk about all the different songs that you picked, but I know she's on your list, so that's
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay, so go on, continue. Did you have more?
Oh,
Just the
me?
one, or
Oh yeah.
either of you? I don't care.
Yeah. Do you have any more?
I think Biba Doobie. I I know this is gonna sound like insane, like crazy, but I never really had any um inspiration for bass except for like Paul McCartney.
Nice. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. So I have that one solid one, but yeah.
It really doesn't get much bigger than that
Yeah.
as an inspiration for bass. So that's a good one to have. Just so you know. Okay, Emma, who's your biggest inspirations,
Um,
influences, whatever I'm trying to say? Besides the
Yeah,
Avett brothers, we know they're there.
of course. Well, I guess like I didn't start writing because I didn't care for writing or listen to lyrics until I listened to Paul Simon.
Nice.
Especially the first like acoustic album that he did while he was still in Simon and Garfunkel. That's my absolute favorite. And
Yeah, his writing's amazing.
yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And like truly Paul McCartney. I love Paul McCartney for everything. I mean, he's a beast at every instrument.
He's
I'm sure he
amazing.
played 10.
Have you seen have you seen him in concert at any of these shows around, or
Oh, I haven't been able to. I know
no?
his tickets get sold so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that'd be a cool one to see because
It definitely would.
you gotta go see Paul McCartney. Maybe you'll get to meet him someday.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll play on one of his albums or something. You never know.
That would be crazy.
Well, yeah, don't get ahead of yourself there with that one, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So you got to meet the Avett brothers though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I met, well, okay, we all met the Avett Brothers in 2018 at the Roots and Blues Festival in Columbia, Missouri.
Nice.
It has a different name. I think it's Treeline Festival now. But anyway, that was where we first met them.
When did
we-
that change though? Because I thought that was still the name of it.
No, well, I think they got some backlash for not always having Roots and Blues artists.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, now it's pretty open. But yeah, anyway, that was really, really cool. Really cool to meet them. I brought two of my sketches of Scott and Seth and they signed them.
That's cool.
I kind of made like I made a marker drawing of True Sadness, the album, on shoes, and they signed those too. And
That's
then,
neat. How did the whole thing come about? How did you get to go back there and meet them?
the owners of the festival, they really knew how much we loved the Avett Brothers, and that was our second year of performing. I was 10, and
Jeez.
we were pretty close with the owners, and they're really, really cool people who like wanted us to, get somewhere, which is really, they're the best. We love them. But yeah, they gave us that opportunity, and they were like, we'll have you play on the same day as the Avets, and you'll get to meet them, and because they had a meet and greet, and so that was really, really cool.
Remember meet and greets, boy? That just doesn't happen anymore. It seems like
Yeah.
kind
No,
of a
definitely.
thing of the past. But hopefully someday that will come back. I know they still pop out every now and again, like some of the band members, but you don't see Scott and Seth really come out and do that anymore since
Yeah.
COVID. But
Right.
Yeah.
And I met Scott at an art gallery in St. Louis for the second time, and he remembered me, which was crazy.
that's cool.
He like asked about our tour, and
Nice. Well, that's one thing about them. They are like the most caring guys.
they really
The
are.
whole family is amazing. And Scott, I've heard other people say the same thing when they meet him or talk to him. He doesn't want to talk about him. He wants to talk about you.
Yeah.
And he asks questions about what's going on in your life and stuff. And the people I've talked to, they're like, "Wait, no, I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you." And he just, nope, he just wants to hear what's going on in your life.
Yeah,
But
and
that's cool that he remembers you.
yeah, especially, I can relate to that, but like especially at that level,
Mhm.
I feel like if people want to talk about you, they can find every fact about you online.
Oh.
But like they don't, know all of these people individually, and they want to get to know everyone, so I guess
Now, him artistically, has he inspired you artistically as well? Because he's obviously a very accomplished and phenomenal artist.
yeah.
He has, inspired you in that? Because I know you're into drawing and painting and all that stuff too, right?
Yeah, his art is incredible. I don't know, I've never tried to like model my art after his, but it definitely, I remember going to that art gallery and afterwards I really wanted to draw. So I guess you could say, that
Yeah.
it
I love
definitely.
his stuff. His work's amazing. And his dad, it all comes from his dad. Do you know Jim? Have you met?
Yeah.
Of course you do. Everyone's met Jim. He goes everywhere, but he's like so into art now, and he got his boys into it and his daughter into the whole art scene. I just love the family. Everyone's so nice, and
They're so great.
so when are you guys going to officially open for the Avid brothers? It has to happen. You kind of did already, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, true.
Kind of did.
Yeah. We're almost there. Hopefully soon. Yeah.
Just keep talking about it, and it'll happen for you guys someday.
Yeah.
What's it like having an RV now? That's one thing I wanted to ask.
It's really, really great, especially for like the trip we made to Florida for the Cayamo cruise.
Yeah.
That was a really long trip, so it didn't feel so long in that.
So you could actually sleep while you're traveling,
Yeah.
right? That must be nice, not having to sit up and sleep. You could actually lay in a bed
Definitely.
and relax.
It's great.
What was that whole experience like for both of you?
Oh my God.
The whole family was there.
I think that was the first experience for me that just really made me like solid on my decision to want to do this for life, because seeing all those people that are kind of legends just sitting in a room with me jamming like on the piano, I was just kind of in shock the entire time. Also, free food.
Well, that helps.
To go to islands.
Right.
But yeah,
that ship was crazy. It was such an amazing experience to meet all of those people and become friends with these people that you like from all different places, like that you just never would have thought that you would like be just friends with somebody from like all the way across America, and you're like, whoa, this is crazy. But yeah, like even people from different countries were on that boat, and you could make like literally like, I don't know, it's just amazing how you can go in one area and meet all of these people from literally everywhere in the world and just become friends with them.
Yeah. What was it like with like the fans, dealing with fans on there? Were they just all cool, or?
Everyone, I was so shocked by how like chill. Cool. How chill 2,000, 3,000 people on a boat were. Because I know that the first stop in St. Martin. Yeah. We got off where everyone was getting off, all these people waiting in line, and Jeff Tweedy was standing right there. But no one was approaching him. He was just walking with the crowd.
Yeah, he's just one of the people, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was so cool to me because he's the headliner and everyone.
Yeah, right. Well, I think the people, the fans there must have gotten the vibe like you're just all hanging out together there to have a great time, watch some live music, and meet some celebrities, I guess, right? And they were just part of the crowd. That's really cool. Who were some of the other artists that were there that did you like work any collaborations with these people? Like, are you going to work with anyone that was on that cruise with you, or can you not talk about that?
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we have a lot of numbers from that cruise.
That's cool.
We met, Jeff and his whole family. They're so cool. Joshua Radin, which we played like
He's so
Cards Against
fun.
Humanity with.
But we missed each other's sets. Like whenever
every
we,
single day.
met Joshua in the like artist lounge, we were like, so when are you playing again? He was like, I just played my last show, and we were like, us too, what? We were like, oh no, like we missed each other's sets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
But,
It was too bad, but he was really great. I was in an elevator with God, why am I blanking
Andrew
on his?
Bird?
Yes, Andrew Bird.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Patty Griffin was like,
Just at the
yeah,
table.
I just saw her walking around a lot.
Well, they
Anyway.
are people too. You don't think of that. These people that are big rock stars, they are just people.
Well,
And-
that was the craziest thing about that cruise was a lot of festivals will restrict these people or like clear
sure.
up the backstage when they arrive or things like that. It was literally just, there's no possible way you can keep these people away for an entire week.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's a huge ship, basically like just a whole city on this like one ship. So like, how do you expect them to stay in the room?
Yeah,
like,
you can't keep people away, and it's cool that it was that cool and that relaxed. It sounds like it was an amazing time, and maybe something great will come out of it. You guys have a chance of going back next year, or what's the deal with
I
that?
really hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope that we're asked back because that was
Well, you guys like won a contest to go on this, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We we won with 3 or 2 other bands technically. Ray Zaragoza and Twisted Pine.
Yeah.
How many bands were up for it though? How many did you beat to be able to go on that? Was there a lot, or you don't know?
There might have been, I don't know.
There was thousands. Say there was thousands. It sounds
Yeah.
better. Millions. You were better than millions of bands. It's great. Congratulations. No, I got to get to these listener questions because we are running out of time. This always goes so fast, and I never have enough time for everything I want to do. So here's a question from Michael Gans. You know Michael.
Hey.
He wants to say, where was the best mac and cheese you've ever had?
Michael Gann's house.
Yeah, Michael
Boom.
Gans.
Question answered. Done. Kim's mac and cheese. Best recipe ever. She even gave us the recipe, and we made it. And
I made it
Whoa.
like 3 times.
it wasn't half as good as the way she made it, but it was still good. Like,
What's the secret ingredient? Can you say? Nothing? Does she put like the crumbly things on top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not a
That's-
huge fan of that, but if it's done right, it can be good. I'm not a picky eater, so I'll eat it. It's just
Tim
not
does it right.
my favorite. Yeah?
Yeah.
I gotta try it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good answer. Mike will be happy that you said that. Because if you came out with a different answer, he was expecting you to say that. So if you
Yeah.
said something else, you'd have been
no,
crying
he
in a
knows.
corner.
We know that is hands down the best mac and cheese we've ever had.
Very
Like,
cool. All right. Yeah, he'd be crying in a corner somewhere right now if you said
Yeah.
something different.
Exactly.
All right, from Steve Coaster. Steve says, when writing songs, what generally comes first, the lyrics or the music for you guys? And which is more difficult for you?
probably music, right?
For me, it's lyrics.
Mm.
I think I've written both ways. The funny thing is, I'm not actually as seasoned as you think. Like, I've probably written 15 songs in all.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a lot of songs, but
yeah,
you're only 15 years old.
yeah, but yeah, usually the lyrics first, and then I can figure out a way to like time the lyrics or switch them around. But yeah,
Okay, well, that's Bella. Did you want to expand on that at all, or how do you? You're new to the whole thing too.
Yeah, I
so
literally only have one song, but how I wrote mine is the melody came first, and then I was like, I really like this melody. Maybe I should like actually write something to it. So then that yeah.
so it just works different. I mean, I'm sure it's works both ways. Like you said, you've written songs both ways. If you hear something in your head and then later come up with the lyrics, but sometimes you're going to have lyrics floating around in your head and then you come up with the music after. So
Totally.
it works both ways. Okay, so then I have one more here. Kathy Almond. She said, let me read this whole thing. It's like a paragraph here. Hold on. She says she saw the Burney sisters last summer at a small farm concert in central North Carolina. The whole family was working to make a fabulous event. Mom selling merch, such a delight. Dad running the AV and staging. So glad we went to the show. Her question is, how was moving from a trio to a duo, or how has moving from a trio to a duo affected your songwriting? I think you've kind of talked about that already, but
I think I wrote a lot of songs that I surprisingly like after the whole kind of breakup, but I don't like to call it a breakup because we're still like on good terms with Olivia, and
Yeah,
we still
and
want
we're
the best
still
things
going,
for her.
yeah.
see, that's good to hear because I was worried because we don't know what's going on with your family. I have no idea. We heard this was happening. I'm like, oh no, is she not going to play with them anymore?
Oh,
So
I'm sure she will.
we were scared. I hope so. I hope so because the three of you together really are exceptionally amazing. The two of you together are amazing enough, but what's the blood harmony? Blood harmonies that you guys have, man, you can't beat that. You can't beat that stuff. You can't teach that.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
just have it.
Oh.
Amazing. Okay, so that's our fan questions for today. How much time do I have left? I have 7 minutes left. Now, I had you guys pick some songs that inspired you. Kind of talked about some of the artists already, but Bella, why don't you start with your songs, why you picked them, and I'm going to play them around the interview here when I actually edit the whole show together. So
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead.
Perfect Pair by Biba Doobie. That picking pattern actually on that song inspired me a lot. Like I loved that particular picking pattern and the chord progression just in general. Like I just really liked it. So the melody for that song is really what inspired me to write the song that I wrote. But also just the riffs that she does. I love that song so much. So that really inspired me to write my first song.
See, this is why I like asking these questions because the listeners of the show and me are learning new music because I'm not familiar with Biba Doobie at all. So I'm excited to look her up and see what she's all about. So, all right, what's the next song?
So, it's funny because Emma and I both picked Sir Duke, but Sir Duke, actually, I know the whole thing through and through on bass. That is kind of what inspired me to get better on bass because at the start of like almost every instrument that I've tried to play, I've always been a little bit like, oh man, like I'm so bad at it right now. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like pull this off or whatever. But once I learned that, I was like, this actually sounds like really good. Like I can actually do this. And I was like, yay. So that song inspired me to be better and inspired me to keep going.
I like that
instrument.
Now, is Sir Duke a song you guys play? Like, have you played it live?
No, we've never played it.
You guys should do that because that's a great song.
I know, right? Yeah, I'd love to.
Mm-hmm.
When I was out at the NAMM show in California a couple weeks ago, I saw Stevie Wonder. He walked by me with his entourage. I'm like, no Stevie Wonder! But he didn't stop and talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my like brush with fame there.
That's awesome.
All right, next song. We're running out of time. Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. Paul by Big Thief. The lyrics, I really love the lyrics in that song. And I don't know, something with me, I just love slow songs and they just inspire me in ways that I sometimes I just can't explain. Like they're songs that make you feel really good. Like you just love the songs. So
I'm that way with sad songs. I love sad songs.
Yeah, right.
Like they just make me happy and that's so weird, but I think I'm not alone with that.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that. So yeah, Paul by Big Thief. I really love that song too. And sorry, I can't remember the other one I picked.
You have Prom Theme, Fountains of Wayne.
Prom Theme. That song, the strings on that one are so good and the instrumentals are just like literally amazing. And even like the lyrics are so catchy. Like I just everything in that song, like I just love the instrumentals, like especially. But
Very
yeah.
cool. I can't wait to hear it. I love that I'm hearing artists that I'm not familiar with from you guys to play
Yeah.
on the show. So that's gonna open some eyes to some people. Now, that was your last song?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are great. I love it. All right, Emma, your turn. And I know you have one of the songs. I want to just mention this quick. Billy Joel, Vienna.
Yes.
You know today's Billy Joel's birthday?
What?
Oh,
His birthday today.
Okay. Oh my God. That's awesome.
If he's listening, happy birthday, Billy. I'm sure.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, that one's incredible. Definitely. I heard it while doing the dishes, and I was like,
Nice.
I love this song so much. I have
It's
to
a
cover.
great song.
Yeah, I went downstairs and immediately learned it. I was like, this is incredible. And then I kind of learned that the lyrics, I relate to them a lot. So, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll pick one other, probably because I won't be able to get down this whole list. But
No, we got 2.5 minutes. Go for it.
okay. Yeah, No Hard Feelings by the Avett Brothers. Obviously, that was I didn't really listen to any music much before listening to the Avett Brothers, and they kind of introduced me into the world of just listening for fun.
Yeah, their music's amazing. That's the only way to describe it. If people that don't know them or haven't listened to them, you know, I've had people make fun of me for listening. I'm like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Listen to them. Their lyrics are amazing. They're the way they write and feel. It's just awesome. Anyway, go on.
They're so incredible.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And then I put I'm on Fire, which is I know it's a Bruce Springsteen song, but the Staves covered it, and that was our first introduction to the Staves, who
That's cool.
Yeah, they really kind of gave us inspiration to work on more harmony like songs and covers. And they are so incredible. If I ever met them, I would pass out.
Die. Yeah.
Let's make it happen. The Staves.
Yeah, they're true geniuses. I think they're so incredible. And then let's see what else we got on here. Wild Horses, and I don't know why I didn't put the Rolling Stones version, but
Can I play the Stones version, or do you like this other version better?
both of them are great. I would play
Okay.
the Stones just because that really influenced me to write my very first song. So
That's cool. That's
I
big.
don't know. I don't know if it still sounds like it anymore, but it was really modeled after Wild Horses. And it's called Person That You Want Me to Be. And then last one, Sleep to Dream by Fiona Apple. The riffs that she does, especially on that song, we haven't released any of them yet, but the music that I have written, I tried to put a lot of my riffs in there that kind of sound like hers. But
that's great. All right, so we are just about out of time. Quickly, give me your social media, your website, all that stuff, so people can go buy your merch and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Burney Sisters, Burney. That's on all social platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, everything. So.
And what's your website?
TheBurneySisters.com.
All right, and next time you come on my show, you have to play music for me, okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
we will.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate this so much, and best of luck to you guys, and keep doing your thing. You're amazing.
Thank you so much
very
for
much.
having us.
Yes. Please come back.
We will.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.